Senior number 21, Angelina Schaefer.
I'm here.
Goalkeeper, freshman number 25.
It's Kenny, but I'm here.
Gators are coached by Joel Braun.
Because, yeah, words are words. How's everyone from Mike Neckers? It's a brisk 50 degrees, and the snow is finally melting, and we're in the port city in Shores Lake, Ontario. And oh my God, how many more things I got to say here, Hunter? All right, am I good? Who's up, Mike?
You want me to talk?
Do you want Mike to talk?
We're here today to see the Oswego State Lakers take on the Russell Sage Gators, and the national anthem is starting, so I'm going to quiet down a little bit,
Okay.
but I'm going to keep talking until you tell me I'm good.
Hello and welcome up to the press box here at Laker Turf Stadium. I am Kenny Gerard, co-started by the wonderful Mike Neckers. And Mike, as we have just gotten underway, just about a minute and 30 into this one, how are you?
Yeah, a few technical difficulties getting this stream started, but I'm doing a little bit better than fantastic here today, Kenny. We've got a great game between the Oswego State Lakers and the Russell Sage Gators.
Absolutely. As the snow is finally starting to melt here in the port city and weather's a little bit nicer, a nice crisp 50 degrees today. It's a little bit nicer outside, and that always, brings the mood up here, Mike, as we are officially underway for the first quarter of this game between the Russell Sage Gators and the Oswego State Lakers. So for Russell Sage, taking it down now, setting up, trying to find an open lane here to get something going towards the net. Walter with it on the near side of the field. Walter looks for a pass. Offense sets up, move down towards the middle of the field. And this one will be blown dead.
Yeah, that's an illegal screen there on the Russell Sage Gators. So Lakers are going to take this one the other way. And with women's lacrosse, you don't get a whole lot of downtime. You're going right the other way, just like that.
Absolutely, Mike, as it is moving and grooving. Just a few short quarters in this one to get things going. So for Oswego, 1-1 the season, 0-0 in the SUNY, a non-conference matchup for the Russell Sage Gators in the Empire 8, sitting at 0-1 and 0-0 in conference. As conference play around all of women's lacs in D3 is yet to get underway. So the Lakers set up near side of the field, down towards the net. They'll go behind. They're going to send this one back up top. Look for a lane. Looks for a shot. She'll send it down low for a pass. Sets it up in front. Takes a shot. They'll score.
And that's Cassidy Croce with the first goal of the afternoon. A quick little cut to goal, shot right over the goaltender stick, and nothing she could do there. An easy goal makes it 1-0 Oswego.
And a quick start for the Lakers, just north of about 3 minutes in this one. The Lakers strike first.
Now, Kenny, one thing I want to highlight between these two teams is they've had very different starts to the season. The Lakers starting out 1-1, my apologies. A huge win over Utica, winning by 9 goals, and then a tough loss to the RIT Tigers. And for Russell Sage, it's been one loss, a 3-14 loss to the Canton Kangaroos. So two very different beginnings to their seasons, but two solid starts.
Absolutely. So the Lakers strike first with Croce. It'll be 1-0 Oswego. 11:52 remains here in the first quarter. As we wait for, it's not puck drop hockey. I'm still hockey brain from
Face
the long
off
winter
here,
season.
Kenny.
It'll be
Face
off. It's been a long winter season, but Lakers win the face off, and here they come. Back in their own end, they're going to take it down all the way towards the box. She'll step out, and that one will be blown dead. Nope, she keeps going. Oh, Mike.
Yeah, Kenny shouldn't step out there. Was checked illegally. But again, like I said, with women's lacrosse, stoppages are very minimal. So they just kind of keep running down the sideline, blow the whistle, and they can start up right again.
Can you tell us my first lax game?
Yes, I can, Kenny.
So the Lakers get it going now. Heading into that Russell Sage zone, looking for something. Coming around the net, looks for a shot. She'll take it, and they'll bury it.
Yeah, that's a second goal for the Lakers, and this one's going to be Madison Davis, the grad student, had a phenomenal year last year and tacks on her first goal of the night, third of the season on this one.
Well, now it's 2-0 Lakers. We just tacked about, 40 seconds off the clock there, so Oswego goes up 2-0, and if this is a sign of what's to come here, Mike, it's going to be a long evening for the Gators.
It might be a long afternoon for us, Kenny. And speaking of these two teams, let's take a look at their head-to-head matchups. Now, they've only played each other once. It was back 8 years ago in 2017, March 9th to be exact, and the Lakers came out with a 17-2 win. It's just absolutely dominant, and if things keep up like this, I think we're going to see something pretty similar today.
We absolutely will. So they're going to face off right at center field. Lakers go up 2-0. Quick start for Oswego. Not that you didn't really expect that. Team that is expected to do well this season for Russell Sage. High expectations and some good hopes for both squads. Neither in the same conference, getting through these non-conference matchups. A lot of people look at them as that preseason or not as important games, Mike, but I disagree. I think if you can win against someone who's not in your own conference, it's a little bit of a boost.
Absolutely, Kenny. I think non-conference games are just as important as those conference games. And even looking at exhibition games before the season begins, I think they're also just as important.
Well, that pass goes wide and into the snowbanks that are still left here in Oswego. This time last year, Mike, not that much snow here in Oswego, but this year, Mother Nature not so kind to us. First couple of games of the season for the men's and women's teams were postponed or canceled due to the snow, and well, now we can see the field finally. So
yeah,
snow.
Kenny, they're calling it the Great Blizzard of 2025, and it hit us pretty hard, but we're recovering now and feeling good.
We absolutely are. As that one goes all the way down towards the Lakers' end. And Russell Sage unable to do anything with it there, so Oswego will take it and move it down all the way up to center field. Taking it down for Oswego is Nash. Nash heads into the offensive end for the Lakers. Nash will pass this one over. Oswego getting a good setup behind the net and just wrapping around in. We'll see if they do it again as they set right back up behind the net once again. Back up top for the Lakers. Looks for a shot. She'll pass instead. Back to the corner. They'll look behind the net once again. Look to set up. Look for a quick goal in front. That passes. There they score.
And again, Kenny, that's just these cutters coming down the lane, not being covered by that defense of the Gators. And the Lakers are taking advantage of this early. I'm sure they saw it on film earlier in the week, and I'm sure that they've prepared themselves for this. So to be able to cut through 3 times in the first 5 minutes and 7 seconds of this game and score all 3 times, that just shows how dominant this team can be.
It's been offensive movement for Oswego. It seems that their plays are working well. They set up those cutters to get behind the net, send it right in front, break through the defense, and score. So if the Lakers can continue this offensive movement, again, might be a long day for the Russell Sage Gators and a good one for the Lakers. But, Mike, what are you seeing from Russell Sage now that you think they got to work on to stop this Oswego offense? Because it's not the quick shots. It's not physicality. It's just good offensive movement, and they're getting it home.
Well, you look at this Lakers offense, and they're doing a really good job letting the play develop. They're doing a really good job moving the ball around, getting it to X behind the goal, getting it up top, using those sides. So I think for Russell Sage to kind of have a chance here in the rest of this game, they need to sort of start to cover it, start to get on their feet a little bit more, get on their toes, because right now they're playing on their heels. They're letting cutters come through those lanes, and if they continue that, it's going to be a rough ride home.
It absolutely will be. Oswego looking to improve to 2-1 on the season out of conference, while the Gators look to improve to 1-1. Lakers lead 3-0. 9:53 remains here in the first. Mike, any notes for the Lakers as well now? I mean, dominant, up 3-0, but what do you got?
Well, Kenny, I think they just got to keep on doing what they're doing. Britt Howard, their head coach, has been here since 2016. 64-49 record, 37-22 in the SUNY. So she knows her way around women's lacrosse. She knows how to win games. She knows how to be a successful coach and lead a successful team to victory. We look on the other side. Joel Braun is the interim head coach at Russell Sage. This is his second game as the head coach of his career. He was an assistant at Russell Sage last season, filled in for now as the interim, but only 1 game under his belt so far. So it'll be interesting to see how he progresses throughout the season as a coach.
It absolutely will. It's not easy to come in as an interim head coach. You're not actually hired in that role, and then you step up and take a bigger role and to come in and play a good team, the Oswego State Lakers. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with this game and once they get into the Empire 8 play for the rest of the season, Mike. Well, we'll get face-off at center field. Still 3-0 Oswego. Just north of 5 minutes off the first quarter here. You're watching Women's Lacrosse right here on WTOP 10. Face-off, up and won by the Gators. So the Gators now going to move it right through center field and down to their offensive end.
Laker goal scored by number 9.
Russell Sage moves it down. Now they got to look for some cutters as well and get some open lanes for them to get something into the back of that net.
5 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, and Russell Sage lost this one once again. Just a wayward pass. Seems like they're really struggling both offensively and defensively to get anything going, and something's going to have to change if they want to stay in this game.
They absolutely will. Now here comes the Lakers once again. Bad pass from the Gators. Lakers will capitalize and move it into the offensive end. So the Lakers, again, look to set up, find an open shot. The offensive movement has been fantastic. We'll see if it continues. So they do once again set up behind that net. She'll take it around herself, looks for a shot. She'll take it. They score.
Yeah, and Kenny, again, Russell Sage doesn't really look like they're trying too hard out here. The Lakers are beating them on all fronts of the game, all facets. And one thing to note is that once a team takes a 10-goal lead in Division III women's lacrosse, the clock runs and it does not stop unless there is an injury or a timeout. So if the Lakers can get to a 10-goal lead here, the clock's going to start to run and it's not going to stop no matter what goes on in the rest of this game.
I wouldn't say I'm a betting man, but at the pace we're going at now with only 9:06 left in the first, I think we might hit that running clock time.
We might hit running clock before the first quarter is over here, Kenny, but we will have to wait and see as the Lakers and Gators line back up at the center for the face.
Well, Lakers-Gators face off, 9:06 in the first, 4-0 Oswego early on. The Lakers looking dominant, great offensive movement, and another goal from Oswego. That one for Davis.
And one thing I will say is Tristan Valence has been pretty solid for the Gators on these faceoffs, winning almost, I'd say, I want to say 3 out of 4 of them. She's done a really solid job. Lost that one, of course, but she's doing a really good job of flipping that ball to Crossman.
And it's preventing some damage for the Gators. They can't get the passes down on their offensive end. The Lakers set up and score on them. So slows down the Lakers' offensive movement and their ability to score. So Oswego now sets up, top of the offensive zone. They'll pass around, setting up, checking out the defense, seeing what they've got. So they found a lane. They'll take it quickly. She'll stop and back over for a pass. Oswego moves it again. Down the near side of the field, looks for a lane. She'll move. Looks for a shot to take herself. She does. She buries it home.
Oh, my
And it's
goodness,
5-0
Ken.
Oswego, Mike.
What a move set there by
Wow.
Alexis Hill. A fake with the left, a fake with the right, brings it back around and puts it right past the stick of the goaltender, making it 5-0 for the Lakers. What a beautifully taken goal.
What a goal. That was great. So it's 5-0 Lakers. Great move from Hill and Oswego, and it's now 5-0.
And
8:27 left.
Kenny, one thing I want to know, this is Oswego's 3rd game of the season. Alexis Hill's 12th goal of the year. She scored 8 in their first game against Utica, another 3 against RIT, and 1 already today, just 6 minutes in to the first quarter.
I don't have much of a pregame show here, Mike, but if we did, I think she might have been my player to watch.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's coming in here as a junior, and last year she was nowhere near this powerful out here on the field. So this year to come in and be so dominant from the very beginning, I'm really excited to see what she can do the rest of the season.
I'm also excited as that faceoff is won by the Lakers. So they'll take it into the offensive end. With that 5-0 lead here in the first, they're just going to try and bury this one home and get that running clock. So Oswego now moves it in. For the Lakers, it's Vasilo. And Vasilo will pass this one down. Davis with the ball. She'll take it behind the net. Look for a cutter. No one there yet. She finds somebody. Passes it back up to the top, though. The cutter quickly guarded by the Gators. Finally figuring out what the Oswego offensive movement is doing. And they can shut down those open lanes. Back to Davis behind the net. She'll lose it for a second. She'll take it right back. Near the corner. Lakers pass this one in up top. Back to the left side. Look for a lane. Pass down low. They'll set back up again. Set it in front. Looks for a pass. That one's broken up by the Gators. And finally some good defensive moves from the Gators here, Mike, as they finally get to take it down to their offensive end.
Yeah, really solid defensive stop there. It seems like they've tightened up their zone a little bit, switched out of that man defense that they were playing to start off, and that seems to be working a little bit better for them, covering up those lanes, but it does open up space for people to dodge at goal and eventually get shots on that.
Well, they shut down what the Lakers are doing well, and hopefully that can work out for them to start getting some movement. But now in their offensive end, we'll see if they can score and take a shot. That one goes wide.
Yeah, that one will go wide, but the Gators are behind the net to get it back, so they'll get another possession here starting at X.
In it goes. Gators set up. Now, they got to look for something similar to what Oswego was doing on their end. Get an open lane, get somebody open, set it in front for an easy goal, and make this a 5-1 game and limit the damage from the Lakers right now. But here comes the Gators. Valen sets up. She'll pass. Moving down, looks for a lane, can't find it, guarded closely. They'll set it behind the net, look for a pass, move it over. And they'll take it again once behind the net, looking for someone to cut in and get in front of that net so the Gators can get one in the back here. Still moving it around. Unable to capitalize. There's a shot. That one goes wide again. Gators back there, so they will get another chance.
Yeah, and Kenny, Alexis Hill is playing really solid defense out here, not letting anyone get past her, doing a phenomenal job guarding Madison Walter.
Absolutely is. Oswego good on the defensive end as well. Russell Sage gets an opportunity to get it down to their offensive end, and Oswego is not allowing them to do much with it. So we'll see what happens.
And Kenny, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I heard a whistle, didn't see any signals from the referee, so we'll have to wait and see. But I believe it's going to be a shooting space call, so a chance here for Russell Sage to possibly get a shot on net, but they are behind the goal, so that one may be a little bit more difficult.
Well, we'll see if they can capitalize on the opportunity here. 6:02 left to go in the first quarter. As we await the start. Here's some clock noises over here, Mike.
Still waiting.
There we go. They set up. Stolen away. And the Lakers steal that one away, and just opportunity not capitalized for the Gators.
Yeah, chance for the Gators there. Obviously a little more difficult starting behind the goal with that shooting space call. But cutters have got to be there for that team. They've got to get their sticks up in the air, at least make an effort to catch the ball and get a shot off on that, because that seems to be the only way that Russell Sage is going to find the back of that if they keep playing like this.
And Russell Sage has slowed down the Lakers. They had about 5 goals in about 6 minutes, and with about 5:30 now left in the first quarter, the scoring has slowed down exponentially for the Lakers. So Russell Sage doing a good job of limiting the damage. We'll see how they perform here on defense. Oswego moves back on the offensive attack. Lakers pass around near the top side. They'll pass down low. Davis almost stolen away. She'll get it. On a net, Oswego sets up. Voslo passes up top. Center of the net, right down Broadway. Looks for a lane. She'll look for a shot. She'll take it. She'll bury it.
6 goals. That one's Julia Quirk, another grad student here on the Lakers who also had a dominant year last year, the second best scorer on the team last season. But Quirk has just been a force to be reckoned with her entire career here in Oswego, and you can see why. I mean, she dodged through 3 defenders there, made it look so easy to get a shot on that, and put it right past the goaltender.
Well, she took it right down Broadway, split through the middle of the defense, and she buries one home for Oswego. So now 5:06 left in the first, Mike. It is 6-0 Lakers, and they are on cruise control.
Yeah, and Kenny, in my time playing high school lacrosse, I don't think I ever saw a game get this out of hand quite as quickly as we have today.
You played lacrosse?
I did. I was a defenseman.
No way. I just learned
Yes
something
way.
new about you today. Well, Mike, that's why it sounds like you know what you're talking about and why you're going to be an excellent caller. I can just tell you what I'm seeing on the field. So, face-off is taken by the Lakers into their end. They finally get it back. So here comes Oswego now with Nash. Nash takes it down. She'll pass to Davis.
Laker goal scored by.
Makes a move, try to get things set up for offensively, try to get behind the net and look for a cutter lane.
9 minutes, 54 seconds.
Lakers just moving it around. And they can waste a lot of time here if they want, but I know they want to bury this one home and get that running clock with a 6-0 lead. Davis has it now near the front of the net. She'll lose it, move behind, pass around the back. She'll look for a lane, she'll turn, she'll shoot, and guess what? She scores.
Oh, my goodness, Kenny. Just complete domination from the Lakers as that one's Noelle Smith getting everyone on the score sheet today. And just such a dominant performance here from the Lakers early on. And if you're Russell Sage, you got to ask yourself, how are we going to finish this game? What can we do to even score a couple goals, get some sort of positive out of this game today?
Well, we need to get that going quickly here as it's now 7-0 Oswego. And like you said, everybody getting on that score sheet. I'm glad I'm not making screamy goal calls like Kyle Spizak up here because my voice would be gone at this point with a 7-0 lead for the Lakers. So we'll get a face-off at center field once again. Oswego with the dominant lead. Russell Sage could really use the face-off win, get it down to their offensive end, and at least slow down the Lakers' scoring and maybe get something in the back of that net.
Yeah, and Kenny, perhaps a commentator's curse. Since I've commented on Tristan Valenza's ability to win face-off, she has yet to win one. So maybe my bad on that one, Tristan. I apologize.
Mike, what are we going to do with you? Our first game we get to call together, and you're already commentator cursing. Welcome up to the press box. So, Lakers now in the offensive end. Once again, they win the face-off, up 7-0. It's over to Davis. On the near side of the field, she'll pass down low. That one goes wide and into the snowbank.
And I don't think there was a tip there from Russell Sage, so they're going to take it the other way. The Gators with a chance here to counterattack and possibly score a goal as they swing this one to the goaltender.
So the Gators set up now. At least we'll slow down the Oswego offensive attack with just shy of 4 minutes left here in the first. Try to get something going for Russell Sage and limit the damage from the Lakers. As she'll get tripped, Oswego takes it back in. This one will be blown dead and going the Gators' way.
A beautiful ride there from the Lakers, Kenny, not allowing Russell Sage any room to breathe to try and clear that ball and get it across midfield before their clock is up. So a really good job by the Lakers, but they did commit a foul, which means Russell Sage will get another go at it.
So the Gators now getting things going here with Dahl. Dahl will take it up herself down the near side of the field. She'll head through center field and move it down to the Sage offensive end. Gators with possession. Still with Dahl. Dahl will pass this one back. Lost for a second. Closely guarded. Oswego's defense been very good in this game as that one's broken up and stolen away by Oswego. And she'll lose that one. Oswego can try and get it back. They will for a second. Skips back out. And Oswego will get possession of the ball. So here comes the Lakers now with Smith. Smith will pass down to Davis. And Oswego in their offensive end will slow things down and set up. Lakers in no need of a rush here, no need to move things quickly, but looks for a lane. That one's broken up by the Russell Sage defense. And finally some good defensive stops from the Gators here, Mike.
Absolutely, Kenny. And we saw the first loose ball battle in the center of the field. Really well done, but another goal for the Lakers. Come on.
Come on.
Caught me mid-commentating.
I was going to say, we were mid-conversation. You're looking at me. I go, hey, Mike, look over there. They scored again. So it's 8-0 Oswego. 2:34 remains in the first, and it has just been an absolutely dominant performance by these Oswego State Lakers.
Yeah, Kenny, just complete offensive prowess for the Lakers out here, as that goal was scored by Milena Vassallo, so another scorer on the sheet for the Lakers. They're really spreading the love out here today. 8-0 in the first quarter with 2:34 left to go. We might have running clock before the second at this rate.
You said that earlier, and I'm starting to agree with you. Unless Russell Sage can win the face-off here and get something going into the offensive end, if the Lakers win this face-off and take it in the end and score, it might be a running clock going into that second quarter.
Yeah, and for Russell Sage, defensively, almost no success. But offensively, I think what they really need to do out here is possess the ball, move it around offensively, get it around the circle, make the Oswego players work for it, get them a little bit tired, and that's when you can attack. If you're able to tire out your defense and then attack, you have a much higher probability of finding the back of the net.
And this one's blown dead. Lakers with possession. They were heading down to their end. Mike, they get set up again. So, also stopped again.
Yeah, the official said not yet. We're making a substitution. Got to go back, so the Lakers will try one last time here.
So the Lakers will try once again. Nash with the ball at center field for Oswego. Clock running and finally stops. I was going to say, I think it's not supposed to be running yet, Mike.
Not yet.
I
Two
can count
goals.
to 10.
Two more goals.
I'll say, hopefully I can count to 10, but it's still 8-0 Oswego. So Oswego now moves it into the offensive end. Lakers to get things going once again and try to get that running clock going into the second and just wind things down. Again, not needing to be in a rush to score. Said that earlier, and they scored the second. I said that, so we'll see what Oswego can do with the ball here. Near side is down to Davis. Davis pass in front, open lane. She takes a shot. She scores. And a wide open lane again for the Lakers, and it's 9-0 Oswego.
Yeah, and that's Sophie Rushin getting the goal. So, again, the Lakers still spreading the love. I know I keep saying it, but I think we've had 9 different goal scorers here,
Wow.
Kenny. Just so impressive. And I'm excited to see some of the Oswego players who maybe don't see the field quite as much come on here in the second, third, fourth quarters. And, wow, what an afternoon.
Wow, what an afternoon is right, Mike. 9-0 Oswego, and Russell Sage will call a timeout as the damage is becoming very tall to climb out of. Not that it's impossible. The Lakers have done all this damage within 13 minutes, so it's not impossible to see a comeback from Russell Sage. But the way the Oswego's moving the ball and the way Russell Sage is not able to stop the on the defensive end of the field, it looks as good as over here.
Yeah, I think for Russell Sage at this point, it's more about leaving here with a little bit of respect from their opponents and some self-respect. So maybe netting a couple of goals before this game is over, slowing down that Lakers offense and allowing a lot less than 9, possibly 10 here in a period.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up here on WTOP 10 TV. It's the first week of productions every night. There are the all-student-run productions. Tonight, we have news and Oh Boy as well at 10:30.
Oh boy.
A very exciting Season 2 premiere for that show, and your nightly news as always. Very good. Get your Oswego news nowhere else, nowhere better. Made for students, by the students. And then, during production week at the very end of the week, Friday, not much going on here at WTOP 10, but on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
It will be Whiteout Weekend 2.0. Oswego versus Plattsburgh. The rivalry continues. Yesterday, the Oswego State Lakers broadcaster, Kenny Gerard, that might be me, beat Liam Sample from Plattsburgh in the D3 hockey broadcaster bracket. He'll move on with 625. I don't know why I'm talking in the second person like it's not me, but he wins. So it's 1-0 for the Lakers on the week. We'll see how they do in the hockey teams. Women's hockey, the number 1 seed in the conference, and the number 2 seed for the men's team. It's going to be a very good pair of games and a lot to watch here in WTOP 10 this week. An exciting week.
Yeah. And as an Oswego State student, you can't help but be so excited for this weekend. I mean, Plattsburgh versus Oswego men's and women's SUNYAC championships right here in SUNY Oswego at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. You can't ask for a better weekend.
Nothing can fire you up more than an Oswego-Plattsburgh rivalry game. It's always good, never boring, usually always comes down to the wire. Mike, you're on the call the last time the Plattsburgh Cardinals were here against the women's team, and I was on the call last time the men's team was here. So, interesting games to come up this weekend, Mike. I, for one, am excited. But let's take it back down to the field. 9-0 Lakers, minute 45 left in the first quarter. Face-off at center field. What if your commentator's curse will stick here, Mike? Think she's going to win this one?
Well, if you keep mentioning it, it probably will, Kenny.
Oh,
nearly.
Mike.
Unable to get the ground ball there.
So Oswego, once again, the offensive end needing one more goal to get the running clock here. Just north of a minute 30 left here in the first quarter of action. High net Lakers set up once again. She'll pass up to Davis, near side of the field. Up top, Oswego sets up. just moving it around. Good offensive movement. No one being selfish, getting those open lanes. Lots of goal scorers. They will wait until the open shot comes, just like that one there as they score. It's 10-0 Oswego.
And there it is, Kenny. 10-0. Cassidy Croce with her second of the night. And just absolutely shocking the performance we're seeing from the Lakers today. And defensively, Russell Sage has completely collapsed. As you can see, the clock is now running. As I mentioned earlier, we've got a running clock here. As long as it stays as a 10-goal lead for the Lakers, it will stay running.
They made me look good there. I was talking about the offensive movement. They found the lane. They scored just like that one. And it's just, you're just watching the same game that I'm watching here, Mike. It's just the offensive movement. They're not being selfish. They're finding those lanes. It doesn't matter who scores on this Lakers team. It matters what the score on the scoreboard is. And for now, running clock, and it's just going to keep winding down. 10-0 Oswego. So the clock will not stop pending a timeout from either side or an injury on the field. But the clock will continue to run. So Oswego gets the face-off. So Oswego will move it in the offensive end. Just about 15 seconds remain here in the first quarter of action between the Gators and Lakers. That one goes to the snowbank. It'll go the way of the Gators as less than 10 seconds remain here in the first.
And really surprised to not see a penalty called there, Kenny. That was a pretty hard hit on the sideline to end the first quarter. But it's going to be 10-0 Oswego through one quarter of play. We've got running clock going into the second quarter, which will start up in just a couple minutes.
Well, Mike, I'll say the same thing. Surprised no call on that far end there. I thought we'd have a penalty coming into the second. So 2 minutes goes on the clock here in the first quarter. So, Mike, we'll continue to talk about some of the things that are coming up here at TOP. So we mentioned first week of productions here. Some good shows, Laker Connections on Thursday, which is also my show. Very excited to get that rolling. Season number 23, your only place for all things Oswego sports, and probably going to be talking about this game as well. And then this weekend, it's the hockey matchups, the last games of SUNYAC play on the entire season. After SUNYAC play comes NCAA play. That's up to the committee, not us, Mike.
Yeah, but if the Oswego women's team wins, they will most likely have a home game in the NCAA playoffs next weekend, which means we get to stay an extra day and lose a day of our spring break, Kenny.
What's new, Mike?
What is new?
But, yeah, I mean, this team is currently sitting at number 4 in the country. They have been dominant all season long. Would surprise you if they don't get a home game in the NCAA tournament pending a win against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals, but job's not done, Mike. First things first, they got to beat those Plattsburgh State Cardinals here at home.
And Plattsburgh is not an easy opponent. We saw the Lakers beat them early on in the season during whiteout in a shootout, a huge win. We saw them lose to them in Plattsburgh and then beat them the very next day. So 2-1 against them on the season. If you look at it by the records, technically 1-1 with an overtime win. So just a really good matchup between those two teams, but I think the Lakers are going to take. Let's do score predictions.
Oh,
I think
no,
Lakers
it's
are
Wednesday,
take this
man.
game.
It's early.
Lexi Levy's right in the box next to us. Give me the Lakers 4-0. She's going to have a clean sheet on the night.
Well, now I feel pressured to say it's going to be a shutout, Mike, but I'm gonna take. I'm stuck on my gut and go 2-1. 2-1. It's going to be close. I don't think between these two teams it's going to be a blowout on either end. I think it's 2-1. Oswego will go into the third up 2-0, and Plattsburgh has been that comeback team all year long. Will score, but it won't be enough. It'll be 2-1 Lakers.
Very similar game to the one we saw with the Lakers taking on Canton in the women's semifinal
that's right.
this past weekend.
Maybe I'm getting a little deja vu from that game. But speaking of jobs not finished, D3 broadcaster bracket at D3 Hockey News. You can vote for Kenny Girard against Curry College in the Sweet 16. Voting opens up on Twitter and Instagram. Mike, need all the votes we can get here at WTOP 10.
All the votes we can get, indeed. As I want Kenny Girard to win. We were snubbed last year. Jacob Bradley could not get the job done. But Kenny Girard, this is the year of the Laker, as they say.
It is the year of the Laker. Job is not finished. And speaking of jobs not finished, we're going to get underway here for the second quarter. 15 minutes go on the clock. It's 10-0 Lakers. Face-off is won by Oswego. Ground ball picked up by the Lakers. So Oswego, once again, with possession in the offensive end of the field. Can they bury yet another one and make it 11-0? Soon to find out. Still great offensive movement. Not getting lazy or changing any of the game plan here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Mike. That's going to be the Oswego way for today.
Well, that's a statement that I certainly live by, Kenny. But we do have a couple of new faces on the field for the Lakers. Ashley Casserly is out there, as well as Aubriana Green, two players who we are yet to see in this game. Aubriana Green with the ball right now and turns it over.
And it's stolen away by the Gator defense. Russell Stage showing some life here early in the second quarter. So here comes Crossman now with the ball. She'll take it through center field, back around, swarmed by that Oswego defense. Trying to find an open pass. She'll finally get one. That one's bounced up in the air, and the Lakers steal it right back. So they'll take it from center field back into their offensive zone. The Sage shows a little bit of life, and it's quickly taken away by Oswego, Mike.
Yeah, and it was a really solid job there by Crossman to get the ball, but it seemed like she had no help in clearing it. I mean, Crossman, you saw swarmed by 4 Oswego defenders, and none of her teammates came to her assistance there.
Well, Oswego sets up, patient once again, just going to try and find that open lane, trying to waste as much time as they have. Running clock now here in the second, and we'll continue to run pending any timeouts or injuries on the field with the 10-goal lead for Oswego. Oswego sets up, takes behind the net, looks for an open pass. Not finding much, they crash in front of the net, sets it up, looks for a lane, she'll take a shot, and it goes right out of her stick. So Russell Sage will shut that one down, and they're going to take it down their own.
And really well done by Green there to hold on to that ball for as long as she did, getting pummeled by multiple checks in front of the net. Held on to it for a while, but winded up for that shot and brought the stick just a little too far back and lost it before she could rip it.
So Russell Sage now trying to get into their offensive end of the field and get something going. And, well, they could stop that running clock with a goal here, and it'll drop it down to a 9-goal lead for the Lakers. So Russell Sage, they'll set up. Going to pass it around near the top near Broadway, looking for something. Trying to finally break the goose egg on the scoreboard here, Mike.
Yeah, and breaking that goose egg, I think, would be a huge momentum shift for them. Of course, still a long way to climb if they want to get themselves back in this game. But, hey, just like Justin Bieber says, never say never.
Never say never. They'll take it around the back of the net looking for someone to crash down. That Oswego defense has just been dominant, not allowing anyone to get in front of the net and give an open shot as that one goes just wide.
Yeah, again, Russell Sage is behind the net, ready to chase down those shots so that they maintain possession here. But it seems like that's the best thing they're doing out here.
Absolutely is, trying to keep the Lakers away from the ball and just limit any more damage and stop that running clock with a goal here would make it 10-1 and a 9-goal lead. Russell Sage, they're going to look for somewhere to crash. Nothing much. They'll get back down Broadway. Again, she's stuffed by the Laker defense.
And a good stop there by the Lakers. You could argue maybe a little too physical, should be a foul called there, but it looked like a pretty clean play. Just went in with her back and didn't get through there.
Letting them play on. Here comes Oswego now into their offensive end of the field with that running clock. In the corner, Lakers pass behind the net once again. Look for someone to crash down towards the net and get that easy open shot on the Gators. Behind the net looks for a pass. No one open yet. Russell Sage's defense playing a lot better here into the second quarter. Not leaving as many open lanes, and that one's broken up in front. Someone to come away with it. Ground ball is picked up by nobody yet. And then Oswego will scoop it up. So they will retain possession of the ball. So Oswego has it once again.
Yeah, and we saw a good cut there from the Lakers, but really well defended by Madison Bullock, just not letting the Lakers get through that one.
Lakers trying to add on to their lead. Still 10-0 Oswego. Again, this Russell Sage defense playing a lot better here in the second quarter. At this time, last quarter, it would have been another 5 goals on the board, Mike. Lakers set up again. Still behind the net with possession. Wasting time in front. That one broken up by the Gators. Ground ball loose. Russell Sage loses it, and the whistle is blown.
And Russell Sage, again, we're seeing cutters get through those lanes and have opportunities, but just wayward passes here for the Lakers this time. So Russell Sage doing a little better. But, of course, as I say it, another goal for the Lakers. What am I doing?
It's like we give you a time to talk here, Mike, and they decide that's when they're going to score. So now, 11-0 Lakers. Clock continues to roll. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the second quarter of action. And, Mike, it's dominant. That's the only word I can think of is dominance in this one. And,
Kenny, I know I've said it about 1,000 times, but another person on the score sheet, that one's Aubriana Green getting her first goal of the year.
There we go. So, again, they're spreading the love, like you said, Mike. Everybody get a chance on the score sheet, and that shows that they're non-selfish play. They're just getting it everywhere. Everybody's getting a chance. It doesn't matter who scores. No one's stat padding. It just matters what that score on the scoreboard is. So we'll get face-off at center field. 11-0 Oswego. Clock is still running with about 9:30 remaining here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Kenny, one thing I want to touch on just a little bit is look at the bench sizes of these two teams. Look how many players are on that Oswego bench, and look over at that Russell Sage bench and see how many. Count for me. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Three players on Russell Sage's bench. So not a full roster here. Of course, I'm sure these girls are much more tired than the Lakers are. Had to travel all the way up here from Albany and are battling it out to the best of their abilities. Here's a chance for them.
And here comes Russell Sage looking for that open lane to finally bury one. Set up in front. They shoot. That one saved. And a good chance for Sage. They get the rebound, but unable to capitalize on that opportunity, Mike. As you were saying, yet not a lot of bench depth here. All these players are going to play for a while. They have to travel up to Oswego from Albany. And as a guy who's from Albany, that's quite a bit of a drive sometimes. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult game for them to come and win with nobody on the bench.
Yeah, another opportunity here for Sage. It'll be interesting to see what they can get going with this one. Maybe a couple cutters coming in here, but Oswego looks ready to defend.
Lakers defense has been dominant all game long, showing with the goose egg on the scoreboard as here come the Gators now. Trying to break through the Oswego D, get one in the back of the net, and finally get that goose egg off the scoreboard. Russell Sage now right down Broadway, looks for something. Unable to set up here, trying to crash down low, but that defense has been phenomenal from Oswego today. And that one's lost, and Oswego steals it back for a moment. Ground ball loose, Russell Sage will get it back, Mike.
And I really think offensively, Russell Sage needs to spread themselves out a little more here, Kenny.
They definitely do. A little bit too close. No one really on the same page, unable to get somebody in front of the net and take away some of the defenders in the zones. There's a shot, and that one is finally in.
Finally.
Oh, whoa. That looked like she waved it off.
I've got an X up in the air. Let's see what the officials are saying. I believe maybe they're calling a shooting space here before the shot was taken. So Russell Sage will have, I believe, another opportunity for a shot, but the one they just scored will not count.
I was going to say, it looked like before I said they scored, it went like this. I was like, oh, I don't think that's a goal here, Mike. So no goal for Russell Sage. But it does show they do have the ability to score. They did get the net, just unfortunately did not count for the Gators.
Yeah, that one waved off a little early there, and it looks like it's actually going to be an Oswego ball. Not sure exactly what the call was down here, but I'm guessing it had something to do with an elbow or an arm being thrown or a check being thrown illegally in front of the net.
Probably would be the call, so no goal for the Gators, as the clock did stop for that. So the clock now back to running. Oswego with the ball. They'll take it through center field and back down to their offensive end. Gators with a lot of offensive time there, slowing down that Oswego attack, but Lakers back in the offensive end. Right down Broadway. Again, that one's saved by the Gators. Good chance for the Lakers and a good stop from Russell Sage.
Yeah, and the first save we've seen from Brand today, a really solid one. Nice little kick save, went off the thigh and out of bounds.
So Oswego again with the ball, up 11 goals to none here in the second quarter. Lakers passing around, looking for the open lane, and this is the difference between these two teams. Oswego is spread out, not playing selfish, looking for an open lane. Doesn't matter who scores it, as there is probably a penalty coming on that one.
Just
I would think so.
Bombarded in front of the net. Looked like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with Catherine Nash right in the middle of it. So the Lakers are going to get an opportunity for a shot here. After that will be a shooting space call.
Mike, you're making me hungry. Peanut butter and jelly sounds great right now.
Tully's after the game?
Tully's after the game.
Let's do it.
I wish the rule of if the Lakers score 4, you get $5 off Tully from the hockey game. But it doesn't count here, Mike.
I think we get
I think it
Tully's
should.
a little too often if that happened, Kenny.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe 10 goals would be a fair number here. Tully's. Holla at us.
Tully's after the first quarter today.
Tully's, come on. In front, Lakers won't score on that one. Oswego will get it back, though, trying to get that 11th one in. Russell Sage takes it back. So Russell Sage sets up, get things going offensively, trying to finally break the ice here, Mike. Not much luck in the scoring department for the Gators. Trying to get it downfield has also been in trouble for Russell Sage. Oswego just swarms. As you see right here, that loose ball in front. And it's just been that Oswego defense. They are very calculated in how they move. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be in their zone. They crash to the offenseman, and it's been phenomenal. I mean, it's really, there's not many flaws into the Oswego play today, Mike.
Yeah, Kenny, but a really good check there by Samantha Shaver right out the stick of Noelle Smith. And Russell Sage will take possession back, but it won't go too far before they lose it one more time.
So here comes Russell Sage, moving it down to their end of the field. Oswego now with it. Trying to, again, I mean, they can bury in a 12th goal, but at this point it just seems like they're going to waste as much time as they can because with this rolling clock, there's no need to add any extra goals. It's just keep the ball in your possession, pass it around, find the open man, and continue to have the 11-0 lead. There's nothing more you need to do if you're Oswego here, Mike.
Yeah, Kenny, and of course there is that shot clock. But there's another goal every time I try to talk.
Come on, Mike. Put you on play-by-play, put me on color.
Oh, my goodness. That was the plan originally. It was just going to be Mike Neckers on the call. But, Kenny, we're happy to have you join us, as that's Addison Costello, the freshman, scoring a goal for the Lakers. Also her first of the season.
By God, Jim. 12-0 Oswego. 12 different goal scorers. And it's just been a well-rounded game for these Lakers, just getting it everywhere. Everybody gets a chance. You get a goal, and you get a goal, and you get a goal, and you get a goal. Everybody allowed to score for this Oswego team. And it just shows to their ability to play as a team. This sport is not an individual sport. It doesn't matter how many times you score. It matters how many times the team scores. And this Oswego Lakers team is showing that the ability to pass and have a good flowing offense, well, I mean, with a 12-0 lead, I would say it works out.
Yeah, Kenny, and of course, the Lakers playing Russell Sage today. And I'm going to be honest with you, before researching for this game, I didn't even know Russell Sage was a college. I'd never heard of it before.
Are you kidding me?
And I looked where they were located, and I go, oh, Schenectady, that General Albany area. I bet Kenny knows where that is. And sure enough, you know everything about it. You know kids who go to Russell Sage. You know girls on their soccer team at Russell Sage.
I know a lot about Russell Sage. A lot of people that I know from my hometown of Schenectady, New York. Shout out the Mahonison Warriors. Yes, of course, I know who Russell Sage is. Very good school, as that one is stolen away by the Oswego State Lakers, as I have to, unfortunately, lose my home bias. And, well, I have no bias in this at all, but still.
Yeah,
Can't root for either team here. Really, I can't.
I can't root for either team. As a commentator, it is my job to stay completely unbiased.
Completely unbiased, unlike the scoreboard. So it's 12-0 Oswego. Lakers passing
is.
it around. Looking for an open lane once again, and I don't think they need to at this point. Just keep the ball, run the clock, get some other people who have not scored yet on the season, and try to get another one in the back of the net. Get as many goal scorers as you can in a game if you're this Oswego State team. They'll set this one up in front. She'll turn around. She'll take a shot at that one. That one's saved. Rebound Oswego, broken up by the Russell Sage defense. And that was actually a good showing of defense from the Gators there, Mike.
Good showing of defense, and a good save by Olivia Brand off the butt of the stick. So a really good job to block that one away. And the Lakers, I think, are going to take this one behind the net. Oh, no, a shooting space.
Well, another shooting space for the Gators. Or for the Lakers, my apologies. Apparently I forgot which team we were. So, Russell Sage with it now in, taking it out of their defensive end as they move out of our sight line and into the corner of the field where we can't see from the press box.
Yeah, and looks like she stepped out of bounds on that one. Officials blowing it dead as she tries to restart play a little early, but it's going to be an Oswego ball down in that back corner that we can barely see from up here.
Well, the Lakers are back. We can see them on the field, so they'll take it back into the offensive end. Oswego again. Running clock, 12-0. Not needing to score, just needing to keep possession and not allow Russell Sage to make the lead only 9. As there's a shot in front, that one's blocked by the defense and stolen away by Russell Sage. So, here come the Gators now. Going to take it up to midfield. Can they get across that midfield line? It has been a problem. She's getting checked hard. Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, and there's some checking that is allowed here in women's lacrosse, but that's going to be a green card, which means it will be a 1-minute penalty where the Oswego State Lakers are a player down for 1 minute. So a chance here for Russell Sage to get a couple shots on that as they're man up for a minute.
Does this mean, is this called a power play? Like hockey?
I believe,
that's
the correct terminology. A power play here for Russell Sage.
We'll call it a man advantage for Russell Sage. So a 1-man advantage for the next 1 minute. You can see it on the scoreboard across the field. Running clock. Oswego, now shorthanded, will take this one across midfield and not allowing Russell Sage to even try to capitalize on the man advantage. So Lakers now on the offensive end. They are down 1 to the Gators after the green card call. Oswego will get things going again. They're just going to hold on to this one. Like in hockey, when you're shorthanded, you just got to keep the puck away from the other team and keep the offense out when you are shorthanded. But Oswego, knowing them in this game, they're probably going to try and score on them here. So here come the Lakers now trying to set up again. Sloppy offensive movement out the entire team on the field. About 15 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Gators. Behind the net, Lakers look for someone to crash in front. Nobody there. They set it up there. They take a shot. And they score.
They score.
They score.
Cassidy
shorthanded.
Gross completes the hat trick on the night. Cassidy Croce's third goal of the night. And what an impressive season she has had so far. That'll take her tally on the year to 8 goals, 5 in the first 2 games, 1 against Utica, 4 against RIT, as well as 2 assists before today's game. I believe she's tacked on 3 more assists tonight as well. So 8 goals, 5 assists on the season now for Croce. She's having a wonderful sophomore season so far.
She absolutely is, and the Lakers will capitalize being shorthanded, so they will get the shorthanded goal down 1 man on the field, and the clock will run as time is about to expire here in the second quarter and the first half of action. 13-0 Oswego. Looks like a basketball score on the scoreboard here, Mike, is just about 11 seconds remain in this one. Face-off is won by the Gators, though, so they will get a last chance with just about 5 seconds left to go. Trying to get someone in front and score would be nothing shy of a miracle, and that will be it for the first half of action. Mike, 13-0 Lakers coming out of the first, about 10-0. So slowed down for the Lakers offense in the second half, or the second quarter, but it's been dominant.
The Lakers with a touchdown, a PAT, and 2 field goals here in the first half. Just a completely dominant performance. And Russell Sage has nothing to show for what they've done in the first half, which, to be fair, has been very little. It's just been a completely dominant performance from the Lakers. And Russell Sage really doesn't have a whole lot to look forward to in the second half, I fear.
I fear they don't, but they can try to mount a comeback and break the goose egg off of the scoreboard. So, me and Mike will take a quick break for about the next, we'll say about 8 minutes while halftime commences here. So we'll send you to a full screen, 13-0 Lakers. You are watching Women's Lacrosse right here on WTOB 10 Sports. We will see you in about 8 minutes. And welcome back to Laker Turf Stadium right here in Oswego, New York. I'm Kenny Gerard, co-hosted by the wonderful Mike Neckers, and we are one half down. The Oswego State Lakers lead the Russell Sage Gators 13-0. As we mentioned before, it'll be a running clock pending a timeout, injury, or some other known reason according to the ref. But besides that, clock will run on goals and anything else with a 10-goal lead plus for Oswego. 13-0, Mike. How are you?
You know, Kenny, I'm doing all right. It's gotten a little chillier up here in the press
It
box.
has.
Since the end of the first half, wind started whistling in a little bit, clouds rolling over. We've got the window open for our camera operator here, so it's gotten a little chilly.
It has gotten a little bit chillier, but then again, warm enough to melt snow as we were buried for quite a while, and you can see off the horizon, we're starting to see some grass ball. It may not be green, it's grass, and that's something, Mike.
Yeah, Kenny, and one thing I want to point out from this first half is the Lakers have outshot Russell Sage 16-4, so really not too close in that matter. But the Lakers have one less turnover than Russell Sage. So both teams turning over the ball a pretty equal amount, just Oswego capitalizing on those turnovers, whereas Russell Sage has not.
So the Lakers win the opening face-off of the second half of action here in the third quarter. Oswego quickly again, right back to work down to their own end. This one's Snyder now with the ball. She will pass this one up to Quirk. Moving it around again, good offensive movement for the Lakers. Not selfish play whatsoever, showing how they've had this 13-0 lead and have been up 10 goals for a majority of this contest. So Oswego again behind the net, looks for an open lane in front. She'll pass, she'll shoot, and that one goes off top for stick and wide. Good defensive stop from the Gators. Lakers do get it back, though, with Davis. She'll pass over to Snyder. Back up top, Oswego sets up once again. Lakers look for the open lane. This one is back over to Geddes. Down low, there's a shot, they score.
And a beautifully taken shot there, Kenny. Beautiful ball movement all around from the Lakers. We saw 4 or 5 passes back to back to back just like that. And the Lakers make it 14-0 just a minute into the third quarter.
So 14-0 just a minute down. And as we mentioned, the clock will continue to run. So time will not slow down. Maybe a quick second half with the Lakers now 14-0, 10-goal lead at the minimum to have that running clock, and now are padding on to that running clock lead, Mike.
Yeah, and Kenny, definitely not the most exciting game of lacrosse you'll ever see, but we've got some wonderful music that's making me feel good.
This is good music, Mike. It is some good music. So, center field face-off. As you mentioned, you were saying Russell Sage is doing well on the face-off, and since then it's not been the same luck. So we'll see what happens here. This one, right down the middle line. Who gets to it first? It's going to be the Lakers for a second, and Oswego will inevitably get there, though.
Yeah, but they hit it out of bounds, so it's going to be a Russell Sage ball here on the left side.
So Russell Sage ball is another call. I have no idea what that means. Looks like a false start in football, Mike, but no idea what that means in lacrosse.
Yeah, Kenny, and it looked like Russell Sage did not step in bounds before they threw the ball, so it's going to go right the other way to Oswego. That's just a mental error that you can't be making at this level of lacrosse.
Down 14-0, mental errors do tend to happen, but again, if you're trying to mount a very large comeback, mistakes like that cannot be made. So the Lakers, once again, with the ball. Quirk with it up top, looks for a pass. She'll send it over. This one is over to Geddes. Geddes will pass this one up. This one is back up to Quirk. Back down into the corner. Lakers look to move things around. Snyder will pass back up. Lakers moving it around, not rushing the play, looking for the open lane. They'll wait until there is a good shot to be taken. Again, not needing to be in a rush, but even earlier on in the game, Mike, that is exactly what they did. Is there's a chance here in front. They shoot, and they will score once again. That one is scored by Quirk.
Yeah, and that's, again, Quirk's second goal of the night. A beautifully taken goal. Again, that's just the Lakers, like we saw at the very beginning of the game, cutting to those open lanes, and Russell Sage not being able to cover those cutters, giving the Lakers so many opportunities at net, so many chances right in front of the goal. And when you're that close to the goal taking a shot, the chance of missing is so low.
And something a lot of sports in general, but a lot of these teams here, they're very good at patience. Patience. Like, you don't want to rush a goal, and it's something Russell Sage has done. Now when they're down 15-0, of course you got to score quick, but for these Lakers, they were calm, cool, and collected early on. They're waiting for that open lane. They're going to wait to take that shot. They're not going to force a bad shot that's either easily saved or broken up. They're going to wait for that good opportunity, and hence the 15-0 lead for the Lakers. They've just waited for those open lanes and taken advantage. So Oswego with the 15-goal lead. Still nothing on the board for Russell Sage. Center field faceoff is taken by the Lakers with Geddes. So Geddes will take it down into the Oswego zone. Moving down quickly, she'll pass this one over to Davis. Davis sets it in front. Ball lost on the ground for a second, and this one will be blown dead.
Yeah, Kenny, and we've got a push in the back call here, so we're waiting, but it looks like it's going to be a shooting space for the Lakers and an opportunity for Jalen Aldrich to get a goal.
Not a lot of shooting space opportunities for the Lakers yet this game. Many of them going for Russell Sage, but Oswego will get a chance here.
Yeah, certainly not a lot for the Lakers, but we've seen even less for Russell Sage.
So the Lakers will set up with an opportunity to bury in the 16th goal of the game and make it 16-0. Clock still running, just about 10 minutes remain here in the third period of action. Here we go, right in front, and that one is buried in quickly, and the Lakers will notch that 16th goal of the game. 16-0 Oswego, Mike. Man, what a game it is for these Lakers.
Yeah, Kenny, and that's Jalen Aldrich on the goal, her first of the season. A defenseman who hasn't seen the field a whole lot this season, but to get her first goal this season here must be a huge confidence booster for her.
It absolutely is, and a lot of this game has been a confidence boost for some of these Lakers that are sitting back on those second lines and sitting on the bench more often than not. And getting them on the field and allowing them to score could be a huge boost to this team, not only for those individual players who aren't getting as much field time, but for the team as a whole, knowing that they have these players who can score and they have some depth on the bench to work with as they get into SUNYAC play.
Yeah, Kenny, and I will say this clock has started to really fly by here. Of course, we have the running clock now, which has helped it go a little bit faster, but it does not feel like it's already been 6 minutes into this third quarter here.
Time flies when you're having fun, Mike, right?
Well, I don't know if I'm having fun. I'm with you.
Wow.
Just kidding,
Wow.
Kenny.
Beef up in the press box. So the Lakers now with the ball, they'll take it into their offensive end. Oswego again with it. Costello will pass this one down. That one is over to Snyder. Snyder back up to Costello. Costello passing up top. Back to the far side of the field. Lakers setting up the offensive movement once again, looking for someone to cut in. They find someone cutting, and they'll hold on as the defender came close again, talking about that patience from this team. Down low, broken up by Russell Sage, and stolen away by the Gators. Good defensive stop from Russell Sage. Ground ball loose again, and the Lakers will take it right back again with Davis. This one is back up. Costello will pass over. Oswego again with the ball. Time winding down. 16-goal lead at this point is starting to become, I want to say, insurmountable for Russell Sage, but it's becoming a very large lead. Davis now with it again behind the net. She looks for an open lane. No one there yet. She'll send it in front. And that one stolen away for a second, but taken back by the Lakers. Oswego again. Offensive movement. Trying to find someone open to crash down low, but Russell Sage starting to tighten up that zone and not allow as many open chances in front. As they crash down low, you can see Russell Sage starting to crash in, Mike, and just not allow them to get as close to the net as they were. That's something that Russell Sage has been doing better as we get into the later parts of this game. Davis sets one in front, though. That one lost for a second. And, jeez.
On a beautiful underhand goal, rips it low. It's Mackenzie Wynn, also her first goal of the game.
Didn't even see it go in for a second. I just saw the stick drop, and I saw the ball in there. I go, oh,
yeah,
she
Kenny,
scored that one.
A beautiful little underhand off the right post into the left side of the net, just beautifully taken. And now it's 17-0 Oswego, one of the largest deficits I think I have ever seen in a game of lacrosse.
Definitely for me, I would say this is probably one of the larger leads I've seen. This is not my third year here at Oswego, and it's a big lead for the Lakers. So, again, never say never, as the believers would say, but I might be saying never here. As
I think when you use the word insurmountable, I think that was the right word to use. Of course, Russell Sage, a very solid team, has an opportunity here to score a couple goals and make this a closer game, but I genuinely don't think it is possible to score 17 goals in this short of an amount of time.
Yeah, with only about a quarter and some change left, it will be a difficult task for the Gators to do. But they do win that face-off, and they will take in the offensive end. They just want to get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard. In front, there's a chance they score.
And there it is, Kenny.
Wow. Well, we say it finally happens, Mike. A little commentator's curse. So they will get that goose egg off the scoreboard, It will not be a shutout for the Lakers, and it's now 17-1 Oswego.
Yeah, and Russell Sage, all I have to say, you're welcome. Peggy Monty with the goal there, beautifully taken, makes it 17-1, and the first goal of the night for Russell Sage.
The first goal of the game for Russell Sage. And the Lakers, I mean, they won't get the shutout, but Russell Sage, something to take away from this game is that goal.
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. And obviously, a really tough score here, a really tough deficit to come back from. But that goal gives them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence, because now they know that they can score against the Oswego State Lakers. They can get offensive attacks going here.
Yes, they can, as they again win the faceoff. So a little bit of life being shown from the Gators here, but it may just be a little too late, Mike.
Yeah, and Kenny, we had a bit of a scuffle down there in the corner. It looks like we have a player down. But let's talk about this score, Kenny. I mean, 17-1. The Lakers, with so many different goal scorers, 14 different people have found the back of the net today.
It's incredible to have this many goals on the scoreboard, right, Mike? But to have it between 14 different players is a whole different ballgame, Mike. I think that's very impressive from this team. Excellent passing, excellent offensive movement. Listening to their coach, getting the plays to work flawlessly, and again, just being able to spread around the wealth and allowing multiple players to score. Been a great game overall for these Lakers. And for Russell Sage, I mean, obviously you have some game notes to look at and some footage, but you get that goal in there, and that's something to look at and something to work on in the future, as they were able to break through, finally, through this Oswego defense.
Yeah, and another opportunity there for Sage. Unable to get it into the back of the net on that one, but a really good opportunity. They're getting the ball in a dangerous position now, which we didn't see at all in the first half, so really good on them for sticking with this game and creating some opportunity here in the second.
Well, the Lakers with the ball once again. They'll take this one down through center field with the 16-goal lead, 17-1 Oswego. So they will take it now down and, again, slow things down, get the offensive play going. No need to rush here as Costello will pass this one over to Hill. Hill will dump it down low again. This one is over to Snyder. Snyder down to Davis. Davis will pass this one back up. Looking for an open lane. They're really getting shut down by this Russell Sage defense. Costello with it again. And Costello will dish this one back down low. It lost for a second, but she will recover it as Hill. Hill will take it behind the back of the net. She won't take the shot. Lane looked a little bit too clogged up with too much traffic there to take an open shot. Back up top, Oswego sets up again. Lakers, again, looking for the open lane and not finding much here in front. As they look for a shot there to take, they will take it. And that one, wide in front rebound shot, they will score that one.
Yeah, and Alexis Hill jumping from around the goal, swings it across the net and into that top right corner. A really beautifully taken goal and a wonderful assist from Jalen Aldrich.
18-1, Mike. 18-1 is now the score. That is an incredible amount of goals to score in a game. And we're not even in the fourth quarter yet. We have a whole other quarter to go. You think they're going to break that 20 mark?
I think they absolutely will, Kenny. It's not something you see super often in games of lacrosse, and usually when you do, it's because neither defense is really playing too well. It's because these teams are just going back and forth, goal for goal. We'll get to like a 23-22 game, something like that. But 18-1 is something that you don't see too often, and I think the Lakers are absolutely going to break the 20 mark with still over 15 minutes left in this game.
Well-rounded dominance from this Lakers team on the offensive and defensive end. As you said, you may see those 23-22 games, both offenses clicking, neither defense able to find their footing. But in this one, it's been the Oswego offense clicking and the defense, and Russell Sage is just not able to find their footing on either end of the field. So we'll get a center field face-off. That one is won by the Lakers once again. So they will take it down into the offensive end and try to score yet another one. Zamanek will pass this one up. Over to Costello, down to the far side of the field. Pass down into the corner. This one's back up to Costello. Moving it around. Good ball movement, good offensive movement for this Lakers team has been the name of the game. Snyder almost loses it for a second, but she will recoup and take it back. She'll crash down the net by herself, looks for a shot, she'll take it, and she will score that one.
And that's yet another new goal scorer for the Lakers. This time it's going to be Ayla Snyder making it 19, and Kenny, that 20 mark just gets closer and closer every minute here. The Lakers will absolutely reach that mark if they keep playing at this level. If they slow down and decide to stop, I wouldn't be surprised if they still found the back of the net at least one more time.
Well, the freshman attacker does score for the Lakers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to keep scoring here. Now 19-1 here at Laker Turf Stadium. Clock will continue to roll, and at this point, I'm even starting to think it's impossible to stop the running clock.
Yeah, Kenny, I don't see, given what we've seen so far, I don't see Russell Sage scoring 8 goals and stopping this running clock, making it a 10-point game. But hey, anything could happen in a game of Division III lacrosse, and this is not over yet.
Sing the song, Mike. Never say never.
I always say forever.
So the Lakers now with the ball at center field. They will win the faceoff once again. Just under a minute remains here in the third quarter. Snyder, the recent goal scorer, now with the ball. She will pass this one over to Costello. Costello will dish. That one's passed to the far side of the field. This one is back up to Zamanek. Zamanek will dish. Back down into the corner, it's Snyder. Snyder will pass down behind the net. Back up to Snyder. Snyder will dish this one over to Green. Green over to Costello. Costello over to Zamanek. Zamanek will crash down low. Zamanek sets a shot over, and that one's saved.
Hideshi shot on that one. A really good save there from Brand, but Hideshi shot, no foul called on that one, so Russell Sage is going to take it the other way.
And Russell Sage, an open opportunity here. Less than 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Can they capitalize before time runs out? And it may just not be enough time, as that will do it for the third quarter of action. They finally got a breakaway here at the end of the third quarter, but just not enough time remaining on the clock to get anything going. So we are 3 quarters down, 1 15-minute quarter left to go. Score Oswego State 19, Russell Sage 1.
Now, Kenny, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
How familiar are you with a lacrosse stick?
I will tell you, in my day, I had a friend named Anthony back in like maybe 6th or 7th grade, and I played lacrosse for maybe half a season, but that's about it.
So, have you ever handled a women's lacrosse stick then?
Just a men's.
Okay. So there is a big difference between women's and men's lacrosse sticks. Of course, you've got the shaft, the butt on the end, and the head. The difference between these two sticks is the pocket, the mesh, and your laces.
Right.
So with a men's stick, of course, you have a pretty deep pocket. Mm-hmm. It's pretty easy to hold on to the ball. You can do a lot more with your stick. With a women's stick, your pocket is extremely shallow, and it makes it extremely difficult to hold on to the ball. So I just want to give a hats off to all the women out here who are able to handle the ball so well on the field. I mean, just so impressive that they're all here playing at this level.
Absolutely. Great handling on both sides, even for Russell Sage as well, down 19-1. They have been able to handle the ball very well. Something else I noticed, Mike, maybe you know why I do this. Now, in women's lacrosse, just the goggles, men wear helmets. Is there any particular reason that you know with your lacrosse experience why that may be for people at home who also don't know?
Well, for men's lacrosse, it is a little bit more fast-paced, a lot more aggressive. With men's lacrosse, checking, there are almost no rules. As long as you don't hit someone over the head or fully extend your arms in a cross-check on them, you're not going to get a penalty called on you, unless, of course, you slash them. That could get you a penalty called as well. So just a lot more physical of a game. You're allowed to throw a lot harder, a lot more aggressive checks. As far as shooting, helmets will protect you from those shots that come in flying at over 100 miles an hour, which happens a lot more in men's lacrosse than you're going to see it happen in a women's game.
Well, you learn something new every day, Mike, for those at home who maybe didn't know, and for me right here who didn't know. It's good to know and learn some new things. So, with our lacrosse knowledge now being extended going into this fourth and final quarter of this one, 19-1, we're going to face off at center field. And, Mike, any end of the game notes that you think for either squad? I mean, what can Russell Sage really take out of this one with such a giant deficit?
Well, you know, Kenny, of course, still 15 minutes left, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I could see Russell Sage maybe putting up a couple more goals before this game is over, maybe cutting that deficit down just a bit and giving themselves something to be proud of when they walk out of Oswego tonight.
And for the Lakers?
For the Lakers, I think it's all good things to talk about in the locker room after this game. I mean, just a dominant performance offensively, defensively, in the midfield, on loose balls, or when they're possessing the ball. I think they've just been extremely well glued together tonight. Very cohesive.
Well, the Lakers take it down to the offensive end. They're going to try and tack on that 20th goal of the game. with a 19-1 lead as we are underway here in the fourth and final quarter of action here from Laker Turf Stadium right here on WTOP 10. Oswego again moving it around. Good ball movement. Quirk with it now. We'll dish this one over to Green. Green will pass it over to Rosenzweig. Up near the top, Lakers again just not rushing. It's been the name of the game. I've said it 100 times. Not rushing this thing, looking for the open lane, trying to take the shot. Moves down low. That one's poked away, though, by the Gators. Good defensive stop there from Russell Sage, Mike.
Yeah, very well done by Madison Walter, and to come out and get the ground ball as well and now take it all the way across midfield is just a phenomenal job done. We'll see if she can get something going for their offense.
Crossman now with the ball. Russell Sage will take it in to the offensive end. And Russell Sage slows things down. Get the play going for the Gators, trying to get yet their second goal of the game and drop the deficit just a little bit. That one's shot, and that one's blocked by the Lakers. Good defensive stop again from Oswego.
Yeah, and I think just unable to get a healthy shot off on that one from Valenz as the ball almost got stuck in her stick there, but Russell Sage will go again.
Russell Sage will again keep it in the offensive end, trying to tack on yet another goal. Russell Sage, that shot blocked, and the Lakers take the ground ball for a second. Russell Sage takes it away, underhand shot. That one saved by Oswego.
Yeah, and a great save there by Yakovisi. Keeping it 19-1. Lakers still looking for that 20th goal to break that mark.
And Yakovisi having a great game. Not seeing as many shots nearly as Russell Sage netminder, but a good game nevertheless. So Oswego will get it and try to take it across midfield. Slowing things down, Lakers will get things going. She'll get hit and lose that one, and there will be a penalty coming as she was hit on the head.
Yeah, and Kenny, that's never something you want to see. Luckily, Moran is okay out there, but that's going to be a penalty, and she's going to serve some time in the penalty box for that one.
Absolutely wills. Moran does get checked on the head, so Oswego. Clock does stop for that one with the penalty, so 12:39 remains here in the fourth quarter. You can finally look at the clock and not have it moving on me here. So want to do Tully's after this, Mike?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So
$5 Asian tender meal.
Nothing better than that besides this game. So here come the Lakers now. 2 minutes on the clock for the one-man advantage for Oswego. They will go on the quote-unquote power plays. That one's almost stolen away by Russell Sage. Had an open lane there to bury one home. And down one, short-handed, Russell Sage playing really good here, trying to not allow Oswego to get the opportunity. But Russell Sage now with the ball. Down one. Here come the Gators. Moving this one around, looking for a lane in the middle. That pass is broken up and into the snowbank.
Yeah, and luckily for Russell Sage, Alexis Crossman was able to get the shot motion through, so that's going to go in as a shot. And because they had a player all the way behind the goal, they're going to maintain possession here and hold on to the ball.
Russell Sage looking to get things going once again with Valenz. And that one, I really likes the snowbank here, Mike.
Yeah, you're not going to hold on to the ball with that one when you're being pushed quite as hard as she was there. But this is still going to be a Russell Sage ball, as that's going to be called as a foul on the Lakers.
Russell Sage inbounds it. Looking to get things going again. Looks for a lane down. Comes Crossman, and Crossman still with the ball. That one stopped.
Yeah, and that's going to be an illegal screen here for Russell Sage. Lakers playing a very physical fourth quarter here defensively, as here comes Julia Quirk down the field.
And Julia Quirk is moving down the field for the Lakers. As they still have the one-man advantage, just about 30 seconds left in the penalty. Quirk with it will pass this one up. Up top, Oswego just trying to find something here. This one goes back down to Quirk. Back up to Green. Green will dish it to the far side. 10 seconds remain on the one-man advantage for the Lakers. Ground ball picked up by Costello. She goes down for a second. It'll be picked back up by the Lakers. Oswego looking to get things going as Russell Sage will return to full strength. They'll take a shot and they will bury that one. There's yet another goal for the Lakers. And what a goal that one was. And there is number 20, Mike. It is now 20-1 Oswego.
Yeah, and a beautifully taken goal once again from the Lakers. That one's going to be Abigail Moran, the freshman defender. The first goal of her Oswego career here tonight.
And Moran, the one that just got checked on the head, and she said, let me score another one. So, Mike, now you got to update me. How many goal scorers do we have in this game for Oswego?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 goal scorers for the Oswego State Lakers.
13 different goal scorers. It is now 20-1 Oswego. And again, clock still running here in the fourth quarter, just south of 10 minutes remaining in this one. Face-off, center field, won by the Lakers, was stolen away quickly by Crossman. So Russell Sage will take this one. Crossman will take it into the offensive end for the Gators.
Yeah, and Crossman's done a really good job out here using her speed on the field. One thing I've noticed a couple times with Crossman is she sometimes has trouble holding on to the ball or finding those passes when she's being pressured. Of course, always difficult to find a pass when you've got heavy pressure on you. But overall, she's done a really solid job, and she's got a lot of speed on the field.
She absolutely does. The Gators will take this one by the net, set a pass up in front that's blocked by the Lakers, and that one is picked up. So Oswego will take this thing back, pending a good pass from the netminder. Dished over. Oswego will take it over to Davis, and the Lakers will take it out of the defensive end for Oswego. This one's up to midfield. Lakers will move things down, up 19 goals on the Gators. Mike, what a dominant performance it has been.
I mean, we've said it so many times, Kenny, but the Lakers just can do no wrong. Of course, as we say that ball just about rolls out of bounds, but scooped up pretty easily there by Rosenzweig.
Rosenzweig will pass up to Geddes. Geddes will dish this one back towards the midfield. Down to the far side corner, Lakers with it now. Trying to get maybe another goal scorer here. Such a large lead again, just keeping possession of the ball is about all they need to do in this one. I'm saying that basically since the half has started here, Mike, but not much. Job's pretty much done here for the Lakers, just pending what would be a miracle on turf. So in front, Lakers have it again. That one's lost and stolen away for a second by the Gators. Who will get the ground ball first, though? It will be Russell Sage as that one is stolen away.
Yeah, and I think at this point for the Lakers, it's really about just trying to possess the ball, let that clock run down, finish this game off. And for Russell Sage, it's got to be, again, possessing the ball, but finding the back of the net maybe a couple more times because they are very capable of doing so, as we saw in the third.
Absolutely. Just got to get that offensive movement, slow things down. Something I noticed, they're starting to rush in a bit. And, again, obviously when you're down as many goals as they are, you kind of do have to rush. But slowing it down a little bit and finding the smart shot is something Russell Sage has been struggling with today. As opposed to Oswego, who is just able to find that open lane and get that smart shot off, Mike.
Yeah, and a shooting space opportunity for Russell Sage now, but this one from pretty deep out, so they're going to elect to pass this one.
They will pass. Russell Sage in the offensive end. 7 minutes remains here in the fourth and final quarter of action. She has an open lane shot.
Beautiful goal.
Wow. What a goal that one was, Mike. We're just talking about the fact they could score again, and they will. So it's now 20-2. Cuts the lead down to 18. You
saw it, Kenny. Crossman coming across the right side with her dominant hand, rips it bottom left corner, bounce shot right past the stick of Yakovisi, and just nothing she could do about that one. That's a beautifully taken shot. And, of course, still an 18-point deficit, but really well done by Russell Sage to keep fighting in this game.
Absolutely. When you're down that much, it is pretty easy to hang your head down low. But for Russell Sage, they know they got to score, get some film, and get something out of this one. So Oswego with 20, Russell Sage now with 2. Just about 6 minutes remain here in the fourth quarter. So midfield face-off between these two teams. We await this one, Mike.
So exciting.
So very exciting. Here we go.
Oh, went flying, Kenny.
Wow. What a face-off that was. That was good. That was a good one.
Yes.
I like that one.
And it looked like Russell Sage stepped over the line there, releasing just a little early, so it'll be Oswego ball here in the attacking zone.
Lakers within the attacking zone, moving things down. They'll pass to the far side of the field. Back up top. This one is over to Russian. Back over to Costello. Costello looks for a pass. She'll send this one over to Davis. Rosenzweig looks for a lane. She'll pass down low, and it's broken up and stolen away by the Gators. Good defensive stop there from Russell Sage, Mike.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very well done by Russell Sage. Again, just kind of slowing down this Oswego offense. Defensively, they've looked a lot stronger in this second half.
They absolutely have, as Russell Sage now in their attacking zone, trying to get in the third goal of the game and just cut this Lakers lead down a little bit more. So Russell Sage with it now. Just shy of 5 minutes remain here in the fourth and final quarter of action. As here come the Gators. There's a shot in front and a nice save from the Lakers.
A very nice save there, but what a well-taken shot there by Mackenzie Dahl. I mean, all the respect to her. That was a beautiful shot right on line for that top right corner. Just a very good save by Yakovisi.
It was a very good shot and a very good save. So a good play on both ends, but again, it's kind of showing why the Lakers have the lead they have is just the good net minding as well. So here comes Hill now with the ball for the Lakers into the attacking zone. Lakers set up on offense, up 18 goals in this one. Rosenzweig sets up. She'll pass this one back over. This one's over to Costello. She'll dish it around. Down low, looks in front. That one's broken up by the Gators, and they will take it again.
Yeah, and a good cut across the middle there from Garvin, but just unable to hold on to that pass. So here come the Gators the other way, led by Madison Walter.
And Walter's pass is broken up, but it's picked back up by Monty. And here comes Walter. Walter guarded closely by the Lakers, unable to do much as that one's poked down into the snowbank.
And officials will send it the way of Russell Sage. Not too sure about that call. Looks like it came right out of the stick of Walter and went directly out of bounds, but we're going to keep on playing on the right side.
I mean, it's 20-2, Mike. Let's see what happens here. So here comes the Gators now. They'll take this one behind the net. Guarded closely. Again, they're just not able to find those lanes in Oswego defense, moving well in their zone. Gators with it again. There's a shot, and that one goes wide.
Yeah, and an underhand ripper there. I'm liking this from Russell Sage. Madison Walter on that one. They're getting a lot more aggressive, taking more shots, and getting opportunities in front of the net, something we didn't see a lot earlier on, but just a little too late for it to start now, but overall, really solid from them here in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Again, turning it up here in the fourth quarter, again, a little too late, but still. Get something, get some pride out of here, and get some film to look at for the future games when they have to start playing those Empire 8 opponents. Moving down low, Russell Sage makes a move. That one's shot, and that one goes just wide. What a move that one was from Crossman. Got herself open, but the shot just goes just wide left of the net.
Yeah, and the backup that Russell Sage has behind the goal has been phenomenal as well, as that shot clock runs out, so it's going to be an Oswego ball, but Russell Sage unable to find it back in the net, but that backup behind the net, those shots they were taking, those were all very well executed.
They very much were, Mike, so Oswego will get the ball back, and they will take it out of their defending zone up to the attacking zone. Just about 2 minutes remains here in the fourth quarter. 18-goal lead for the Oswego State Lakers. So the Lakers will move up to 2-1 on the season, 0-0 in conference. Russell Sage will fall to 0-2 and stay 0-0 in conference. So conference play just around the corner for each of these squads. Lakers taking on a tough SUNY division with teams such as Cortland. In that division and for the Empire 8, Russell Sage, they'll try to make a move of their own.
Yeah, Kenny. And looking at Russell Sage's schedule for the near future, they've got SUNY Poly this Tuesday. That's going to be their first conference opponent as they just recently joined the Empire 8 in women's lacrosse. And for Oswego, they've still got a little while before their first SUNYAC opponent. Nazareth, not in the SUNYAC, they're in the Empire 8, as well as Brockport, who just recently joined the Empire 8. SUNY Poly as well, but Fredonia is going to be their first SUNYAC opponent on Wednesday, March 26th at 4 p.m. right here in Oswego, New York.
Well, that game will be on WTOP 10 after the spring break, and all students will return to campus. So that'll be a good game in their first SUNYAC matchup of the year. A couple more non-SUNYAC plays or games to come up for the Lakers before they get into that.
And hey, maybe a little warmer outside too, huh?
I think it's wishful thinking, Mike. You're living on a dream. We're in Oswego, New York, buddy. It could be cold until May. You never, ever know here. So just about 1 minute remains here. Russell Sage will take this one back as time begins to wind down. And again, Lakers with a nice win here today over the Gators, and the Gators a lot to look at as they go into the Empire 8 play for the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be an illegal check there on the Lakers. So Russell Sage is going to get the ball, but it looks like a player is going to be sent off over to the penalty box, as that's Julia Gorecki making her way over. Not sure exactly what the call was or if it deserved a penalty in the box. I don't think it was too aggressive down there, but hey, 45 seconds left. Clock has been stopped, and Sage will be up for 58 seconds, a player up.
Well, it'll be for 44.6 until the time we got remaining here, Mike. So the Gators will on this one with a one-man advantage. So we'll see if they can score a third one and drop the deficit just a little bit against the Oswego State Lakers. Gators have an open shot there. That's a bad pass, and it's stolen away by the Lakers. Costello will take it down now for Oswego. Just shy of 30 seconds remain here. Costello charging downfield, short one for the Lakers. She'll pass this one up. Open lane for the Lakers. She'll look for a shot. She'll take it. And that one's off the top of the post. No good. Good shot chance there for Garvin for Oswego.
Yeah, and a great kick save there from Brand, but that looks like it's going to do it as we get to the last 10 seconds of this game here, Kenny. But the Lakers just relentless. Here they come one last time. Checked away. They're going to lose it. And, folks, that's going to do it for today.
That will do a little play at the end there from you,
not?
Mike. Why not? So, time expires in this one. The Lakers take a victory 20-2 over the Russell Sage Gators. I mentioned before, the Lakers move to 2-1 overall, stay 0-0 in the SUNY, and for the Gators, they will fall to 0-2 and remain 0-0 in the Empire 8 Conference. And Mike, I mean, what are your thoughts? What a game that was for the Lakers. 20 goals scored and an 18-goal victory for Oswego.
I mean, Kenny, just complete and utter dominance from the Lakers, from offense to defense to man-up, man-down scenarios to possessing the ball to loose balls. They were perfect. And for Russell Sage, of course, a very rough first and second quarters there. But I feel like in the second half, Russell Sage, although they did let up more goals than they scored, they turned things around quite a bit. They put themselves out there. They put themselves on the map as a team that can score, that can make offensive opportunities happen. And while they didn't come out with a win today, I think they have a lot to be proud of from today's performance.
Absolutely. Both squads have a lot to look forward to in their season as lacrosse is again finally underway here on the shores of Lake Ontario. The next women's lax game that will be covered here on WTOP 10 will be the women's lax team taking on Nazareth at 4 o'clock on March 12th. Yet another Wednesday game 1 week from today, Mike, for Oswego. And, Mike, take me looking ahead to Russell Sage here.
Yeah, Kenny, just a week from now. And Russell Sage is going to be at SUNY Poly next Tuesday. It's going to be a great game.
So, for the Lakers, they will move forward in that one. And Mike, who are they actually taking on next?
You know, we had a bit of a debacle there, looked at the wrong things. They were supposed to take on Thomas this coming Saturday, but that game was postponed, so instead they're going to be taking on Norwich on Saturday, March 15th at 2 p.m., right down in Albany, New York at the ACP Athletic Complex.
ACP in Albany. What a place to be, Mike. So, just again looking ahead for the rest of the week for WTOP 10. First week of productions, make sure you tune into our fully student-run productions for the rest of the week. And this Saturday will be Whiteout Weekend 2.0, the Oswego State women's ice hockey team in the SUNYAC Championship against Plattsburgh, and the same for the men's team. The number 2 seed will be taking on the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. Great weekend of sports coming up and a great week of all student-run productions here at WTOP 10. But, Mike, I think that will do it for this one. So we thank you for joining us here on WTOP 10 as we say goodnight and tune into our productions later tonight. Have a good night, everybody.